Welcome everyone. We are back. Another GG Millions final table. We got Miss Xuan Liu in the house, fresh off her huge score in Triton. We were joking before, not a huge Triton score. I have Queen Jack suited in this particular spot. It's actually not the worst. He's not dominated. He does have a live spot, and now he's got a flush draw possible. No diamond on the turn. Needs it on the river. About 16% of the time is going to happen. Not going to be. We're down to 8 just on the very start. It's at the first orbit. We do lose a player. Samuel's short. Chips are basically a cooler, although Ace King is going to win more than you think. You see the percentages there. So far, so good. Picks up the wheel draw. 3 or an ace, or we'll be 7-handed on the river. No slow peel. They just shot it right out there, the 6, and that is going to put us down to huge implications for the final table. King comes, needs runners. And that's it. The DD drawing dead on the turn. DD GG as we are down to, is that 6? I gotta queue up the giveaways. I haven't got the tweet out, Schwan. We're down to 6-handed poke. And let's see, it just feels too fast right now, Schwan. This feels like, is it really, are we just going down to be at 5 within 25 minutes? It doesn't seem right, but that's the case. There's no 10, there's no both flushes were covered, and good game is right, and that is.
Damn, your guy just took a big chunk out of my guy.
Yeah, this is. Oh,
Oof.
no, that is quite a flop. The 7-7-3, 2 8s. That's nasty. Against A7, you're such a good spot too, right? Just make that the 7-3-3 or 7 high, and you got yourself a really good chance to double. And as it turns out, he's going to get a really, really bad flop. And actually saying to check sometimes and bet small almost always. Okay, eights is saying do not raise. That makes sense. Just call. So he needs an 8 of hearts or 8 of diamonds. There's a 10 of clubs. Actually, it does bring him hope. As the backdoor flush draw working, a club would be good as long as it's not the ace of clubs. Right? Is there anything else? Yeah, he would make a boat, but the 8, that's 100% bet small. Maybe like 150 or 200, saying you should bet again.
You want to get value from your hand right now, and you want to charge all the loose, naked clubs out there who might be drawing.
Yep, and went for a bigger one though. And this is tough, right? This is where Casper's thinking, okay, this is a problem. If I call, I don't know if I want a club or I don't want a club, and that's sort of where he's getting put into the situation. Although he may think he's good now, and he's avoiding a club on the river. I think that's like probably what his most likely thought process is. Maybe that's a hand like, Ace Jack or Queen King with a club, something like this as a bluff, if he is bluffing. And if he's not bluffing, then you're in trouble because now you're drawing. There is some version where your club isn't good, or you're already not good like this.
Definitely a very tricky spot, but our hand's just too good to be folding here, unfortunately.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow, gonna get called. I mean, he just wasn't buying that he would play a flush like this. About a 3-1 favorite. Jan's gonna avoid a club or an 8, and the river is clean, and that is bad news for the rest of the table. Although we will see a knockout, so there's a pay jump. There's that good game, pure T, or if we will see a get there coming. We know it says always coming 7. That's been talked about before. If it needs a 6-2, 6-7, or we will see a double and continue. And there it is. They say it. I've heard it. I've seen this stuff. I've seen these clips. People talk about it all the time. 7 coming, re-raise, jam, and 3.2 million. Need some spades or an 8 as the queen is dominating ahead and no chop out. So this is it. 3 outs, 1 to come, 7% just about. And no, it's slow. It was a 3. That's going to be GG. So we got the heads up we wanted. We each have a player. You got a bit of work to do, but this is not so fun to hear. But do you do any randomizing?
I do, but it has to be a very specific situation. Most games I play, I don't need to randomize.
Yeah.
However, if it's like on stream and like I kind of want to do a thing, but I know like you're really not, but like my instinct just tells me I should. Sometimes I'll just roll to like give myself an excuse and a chance to do something out of line. Um, but in general, like yeah, unless you're playing the best players in the world, you probably don't need to be super balanced. There's always going to be data points that should lean you in one direction or another. Just like don't use it as an excuse to justify, wanting to punt, like I just described.
Yeah, I think it's a fine line. All right, 6-7. He says, I'm going for it here. I'm laying it down. I'm at least going to say I put a big bluff heads up against the world-class three-time champion of the GG Million. And 6-3, this would be quite a way to end it, just to call it off at the 6 or 3. One of the it is a pair. It's hold'em, clubs miss, stuff missed, 4x, 5x miss, and he's just got a random bluff, no 4 or 5 even, which is blocking the straights. And Jans, I wouldn't put it past him to call, honestly.
Mhm.
This is not like an insane call. It would be a very good call, but I would not put it past him as he is using some clock. Again, we could see a 0-0 shot clock. We could just see a champion. 4-time, click call, game over. That is on the table. The drama, the time bank. He's taking it down. Uh-oh. The longer he thinks, the less I like Xuan Liu continuing on in this arrangement.
Yeah, Jans is probably wondering like how frustrated Dafania was. Oh,
There it is. I
wow.
mean, might as well go out with a big call on a big show with big prizes, big guests, everything. It was just everything was great. 4-time winner. Congrats to Jans. Congrats to everyone today. Such a fun final table. We lost multiple players very quickly. You see, if you had Jans today at 7.2 to 1, put a little wager on, you could have had a nice return. Also, the Defani was close, 10.82. The favorite went out in fourth. Chris,